Well, hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Lori A. Mans. Happy Friday to you. This is April the 10th, and we're just a couple of weeks away from a phenomenal event, the Trailblazer Business Summit, happening April the 25th, right here in Atlanta and also virtually. So you can join us from anywhere. But today, I have some amazing women joining me in the studio. And I want you to just get a pen and paper. They've got some excellent tips to share with you. If you saw the advertisement for this broadcast, it's all about learning how to magnetize your
Yes,
audience, right?
that's right. That's
And
right.
nothing more important than doing that and doing it successfully so that you can increase your income, impact, and influence. So I want to take a moment just to introduce these powerhouse women to you, Barbara Jones Brown and Shauna Smith. I want you guys to go ahead and introduce yourself in your own words and tell the people a little bit about what you do. So go ahead and you go first, Barbara.
All right, all right. Hello, everyone. Thanks so much, Dr. Lori, for inviting me to come on and to be part of your Trailblazer event. I'm so excited about it. But I am an AI enthusiast, AI consultant. I own an AI software company here in Atlanta, and I'm also the creator of the AI Business Mastery community online. And so I'm a big proponent of AI. I use it every day, all day, and I definitely use it to get my audience and gain more followers on LinkedIn, on all my social media, and more clients and people into my community. So excited to be here and talk about AI.
Awesome. Thank you. Shauna?
Hey everyone, good afternoon. And again, Lori, thank you for having me on your Trailblazer event. Anytime I can speak in person and meet people and really talk to them, that's really exciting. So I am also excited. My name is Shauna Smith, aka the Marketing News 360, and I have been branding and marketing people, places, and things for about 15 years.
Yeah.
And this year, my movement is called Invisible to Iconic. So I'm looking for women who are super brilliant, but nobody knows about you. I'm the person who's going to tell people about who you are and what you can do. But for the summit, I'll be talking about ways to market your business. So I'm excited.
Yay! I like it. Invisible to iconic. Woo, 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 woo. So that's awesome, ladies. Thank you guys for that introduction. And for those of you who do not know me, my name is Dr. Lori A. Mans. I am president of Quality Media Consultant Group. You can find us at qualitymediaconsultants.com. And what we do is we help you to get more dream clients and gain more brand visibility and grow your income, impact, and influence in record time through strategic sales solutions and magnetic marketing strategies. And so today we want to talk about how do you do that? How do you
Yeah.
magnetize your audience, right? That means you're not doing the heavy lifting, trying to get people to buy from you, trying to get people to follow you, trying to get people to do anything. You just don't want to have to do all of that heavy lifting in your
Right.
marketing. And so, magnetizing your audience to you means that you're doing the type of advertising, marketing, branding, and strategy that pulls them to you and your phone is ringing, right? Or your DMs
Exactly.
are lightening up, right?
Yeah. Right.
Or people are just interested and engaged. They're emailing you because they've seen you on Google or whatever search engine. And so today we're going to share a couple tips with you, and it's just going to be a little appetizer because what we really want you to do is come to the Trailblazer Business Summit on April the
That's right.
25th. Okay,
That's right.
so now ladies, I'm going to ask the question, what's one tip that you can give? Well, before we do a tip, I want to ask, what do you feel like is the most important way that an entrepreneur can magnetize their audience? What is one of the best reasons we could give them to do so? And we've already talked about so they don't have to do so much heavy lifting. But
Right.
what's one other reason why we should be trying to magnetize our audience, Barbara?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is such a great question, Dr. Lori, because Energizing and magnetizing our audiences means that people come to us, they're attracted to us. Think about magnets. And what I've learned is that it's all about consistency. And so that's the beauty of why I love AI so much, is because we are busy. We're busy women, we're busy entrepreneurs. Sometimes it's hard to be consistent when you're trying to magnetize your audience. So AI has helped me be very consistent. I'll give my tip later, but that's why I love it so much.
Yeah.
Shauna?
I what I've seen in real time, and even for myself, because we all get like scattered, because we all have these talents. We all could do 100 things, but the
Mhm,
moment you get clear on what it is that you want to do, and you have to pick a thing, right? You really have to pick a thing. And so once you pick a thing, that's when people start magnetizing, because they can actually feel your clarity. It's like, are you going to walk to a storm, or are you going to walk to a sunny day like today? It's just natural. Like you walk in a room with clarity, and clarity in your life, clarity in the day, and you don't have to worry about much, because if you go networking and you feel so good, have you ever noticed that? When you go networking and like your
mhm.
whole day was so cool, and you walk in the room like, hey, this is just a bonus. I'm just in my zone. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, you just like get this crazy business without trying. It's clarity. And so it's understated, but it's a huge game changer.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys because the inconsistency can harm your business in so many ways when you
Mhm,
are haphazard about what you do and how you do your marketing, or you're random about how you do your marketing and your advertising. And so that consistency is going to help magnetize people to you, because if you're active on social media, for January, February, and March, and then April you drop off, and then May you drop
mhm.
off, and then you come back
Exactly.
in June. People are gonna be like, where are you? Where have you been? What's going on?
Mhm,
And especially if you come back and you don't give an explanation about what's up.
Right.
And so
Right.
that inconsistency keeps people from wanting to be in your circle and in your space,
yeah.
because they don't know when you're gonna pop up and when you don't.
They
And
don't trust
so,
you. You
yeah,
disappear,
Yeah.
you come back,
they
they don't
don't
trust
they
you.
don't trust
Yes.
you. So that is a very good reason as to why magnetizing your audience is important, and how you should be thinking when you're strategizing that magnetism. And
Mhm,
then to talk about Shauna's point,
yeah.
when it comes to um, magnetizing your audience, what she said was so spot on, because the thing of it is, we don't we can do so many different things in our businesses, but once you get the clarity about who
Mhm,
you are, who you serve, and how you
yeah.
help them, what is the problem that they have, what is the solution that you can match it with, and then you flow in that, it's like
Mhm,
utopia. Everything starts to work. And so
yeah.
that is a beautiful thing. And then people can also refer you to other folks that they know. Once they're clear, if you're clear, other people will be clear. And
Exactly.
so this is why magnetizing your audience is
Mhm.
so important. So I want to just lay that foundation a little bit first. So now we can talk about the tips, and all three of us are going to
Yes.
share some tips about magnetizing your audience and how you can do that. But
Yes.
first, I'm gonna swing it to my guest. I want you to start, Shauna. Tell me one tip about something that you've done in your business that you know for sure and for certain that it worked because you got the receipts. What is that tip about what you did to magnetize your audience and you got the receipts?
I like the receipt. That's the part that nobody talks about. They want to talk about the tips, but where's the receipt?
Where's the
Okay, because
receipts?
where's the receipt? So something that I've always known about. Of course, we know all the things you can do, but one thing I've gotten consistent, to Barbara's point, and I'm still not as hardcore as I really want to get it. But this one thing that I do at least once a week is email marketing. I have been email marketing on and off over the years. But one thing I always forget is every time I do it consistently, I get a client that they get me, they know what I offer, and I'm like, I've already talked to them one on one, right? Talk about automated follow up. because people forget you. They may have had the most wonderful conversation with you, loved you, but it wasn't the moment for them. And then
Right.
you just like going on about your life, forgot to call them back. They may hire somebody else, but not if you have email marketing. Email marketing is an automated thing for you to get those extra touch points and for them to even know who the heck you are, because you got credibility moments. You can share testimonies, you can share makeover stories. So that's something that I will be pushing more this quarter. Let's think about how many, if you've ever signed up for Rihanna or Wayfair, those people email you 3 to 4 times a day. What are we doing?
Yes, yes.
And we don't even get off of the email list. We still on the email list. So I'm like, what are we doing? That's
It's
my
so
point.
true because I'm on Macy's email list and I won't get off the list, but I'm so tired of Macy's. I don't know what to do because they constantly emailing me something.
Yes.
And what it does is it keeps me top of mind and
Top of mind.
I won't get off the list because every now and then it's something that I really want to know about. And I
Yep.
don't
Right.
want
It
to know
may
about
it may be the day, right? That you needed
yeah,
that sweater,
Exactly. Yeah.
and it's all they're just waiting for they're in the bushes, hiding, waiting. They're
yeah,
just sending those emails. When she's ready, who's
right.
gonna be here? And that brought
Top
me
of
to a
mind.
thought. I'm going to do a daily email, almost like a diary of an entrepreneur, because people want to know the small things in our life. They don't want to
Yeah.
just know tips. They also want to know like your journey. So if somebody's
Exactly.
thinking, what am I going to email? Email your daily journey as a contractor, as a hair salon owner. Like people want to know. So that's just a way you can do it. So I'll be doing that. And I'm really excited
Yes.
about that.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've got the
Awesome.
receipts for email as well, but I also know that email doesn't work for everybody. There's some people who disengage because they don't want that in their
Right.
inbox. And you know what? That's cool. Let them go
Hmm.
because that means they're not going to buy anything from you anyway. And
Right.
Right.
so
That's
they're
a
not,
that's a good thing because they moved out of the way, right? For the people
Exactly.
who want you. So I love
yeah.
it.
So don't if you're somebody who hasn't really tried email and you're going to get your feelings hurt because somebody unsubscribes, don't because guess what they are not
They.
interested, they're not into you, and if they're not into you, if they're not into what you're saying, let them go. Peace. Cut them like scissors. Let them go. Because guess what? You know what? I've had people unsubscribe from my list and I know I have given them great value.
Right.
And the
Wow.
thing is, maybe they just see me as noise. Maybe they don't like my, you know, content, or maybe they don't like me. My hair wasn't cool that day. I don't know. But the bottom line is they get cut like scissors.
Right.
So don't let anything stop you from emailing because it is a great way to reach your
Hmm.
target audience and you can control the narrative and you can magnetize them to you by, like Shauna said, telling stories, doing case studies, doing testimonials, giving a tip here and there, or just saying, here's the day in my life, right?
Hmm.
And these things, yeah, people think, oh, email marketing, they ain't said nothing. Yes, we did. We told you that it is very, very important to do it consistently
Yes.
and frequently, right?
Yes.
And those people who drop off and don't want to hear from you, let them go.
Let
But
them go.
continue to remain diligent about email because it's how you control the story and the narrative to
Yeah.
your target audience. And those people who really are into you will stay
That's
and
that.
stick
That's
around.
that. Yeah.
And I'll add something to that email marketing as a strategy to magnetize your audience. Every now and then you want to do a survey,
Hmm.
and you want to do
Hmm.
a survey in your email marketing to ask people, hey, am I missing the boat here? Is there something that I'm doing that you don't like, or is it something that you want me to do that I'm not doing? And just ask their opinion every now and then. And you're not going to get, if you got 5,000 people on your list, everybody's not going to do the survey.
That's right.
Right.
You're only going to get 500 people to do the survey. It's going to be about 10%. And if you're lucky,
Hmm.
half of them will do it, but that's a big jump. So if you've only got 1,000 people, same thing. 500 people are not going to do the survey. It's only going to be about 100. Okay. And then if you really want them to do it, you can say, hey, if everybody does a survey, you're getting your name in a
A
drum.
five
Yeah,
Yes.
$100 gift card. Or, yeah.
$100
Yes,
gift
yes,
card.
yes, yes.
Your name in a
Starbucks
drawing,
$5 thing. That's an easy way to,
anything. So that'll
hmm
be a great thing for you to try.
Mhm.
So listen up. I love that tip, Shauna. Let's go on to Barbara. Um, ching, 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 ching. These are my
Yeah.
hand clapping. Barbara, what's your tip about magnetizing your audience?
All right, so let's build on top of what Shauna said and go to social media marketing powered by AI. Okay, so that's the consistency piece. So just imagine creating your whole month of posts in 2 seconds. All right.
Mm.
And then having AI post for you so that you're consistent and you do not forget. So this is something I've used. I have the receipts. I looked at my social media platforms, and they had grown so much I hadn't even noticed, because I'm doing all of this with AI automation. My audience is engaged. People are loving the content. I have to go look sometimes and see, what did I post to be getting all of these likes and subscribe? Oh, wow, the video went out today. And so I want to just, for me, the consistency is key. We have been able to not only get customers, but gain investors who have invested over $5 million into the business. And so all of this came from, that's the receipts, ladies. We're talking about
That's
receipts today. So that all came from social media visibility, consistency. They're like, what is this woman doing? I need to figure out what she's up to. Let me reach out. And that consistency was gained through AI automation. So I don't have to think about it. I got too much in my day. Let it send out those posts, keep me consistent and keep me top of mind, magnetizing my audience, and they're coming. So AI enabled social media. That's my tip.
awesome.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
notice she didn't just say social media, because we know y'all doing that already. All right. But what some of y'all are not doing is enabling your social media through AI. And that's
That's
me.
right.
I'm not enabling it through AI, but I'm about to start, because
Yet,
I just
yet,
got
Dr.
Charles
Lori,
Brown in
yet.
my life. So yeah, I'm about to start doing that, because think about your social media posting
Mhm.
and creating content
Oh,
and putting it out there and trying to put it
yes,
out there at the right time and trying
yes,
to come up with what to say and trying to come up with what offer to do,
yeah.
blah, blah, blah. It's a lot.
So
And guess
much.
what? If you're on 3 or more platforms, it's
Whew.
overwhelming. And
Yeah.
It
so,
is.
I have this conversation with my clients. I'm like, yeah, you need to be on there, but pick 2 that you
Mhm.
dominate on. Because for
Exactly.
me, I can't dominate everywhere. And
That's right.
so I'm trying to dominate, to me, I try to dominate on LinkedIn,
That's right. Me
but
too.
I can't dominate on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, right? But I try to be present and consistent there.
Hmm.
Okay. But you have to be consistent where you dominate.
That's
Okay.
right.
And in order to dominate, you have to get some help from artificial intelligence, because why
Intelligence.
not?
Yes.
Right.
Why
And
not? Why
if you
not?
if you don't, you're going to be a part of that community of people who are lagging behind, and folks are going to be out here making
Hmm.
tons of money, and you're
Yeah.
going to still be talking about, how do you use AI? Well, people have already
Woo.
made millions, right? People have already made hundreds of
Millions.
thousands and
Uh,
millions utilizing AI and incorporating it in their business. I use it, I just don't use it for my social media. So I'm
yeah.
about to start that,
That's right. That's right.
because again, it's a time situation.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste time, energy, and effort when I can get AI to do it for me.
Exactly.
And so that is amazing. Thank you for sharing those tips,
Yep.
ladies. So I have another question for you. What is a mistake that you
Mm.
have made in your business when it came to trying to magnetize your audience, but it didn't work? And so you learned from that mistake. And so now you've twisted that thing around. And now, we already talked about, you got the receipts, but I want you to get transparent with me for a little
Mhm.
bit. I want you to get vulnerable for a little bit, because we ain't always known what we was doing. So
No,
I
we
want you to
really
talk
don't.
about Like, what was that mistake that you made? Because there's some people out here making mistakes, and I can see them because I used to make that same mistake.
Mhm.
And I just want to know, what is it that you've done sometimes in your marketing that you thought was going to work? It was going to, be a gangbuster, but it was like crickets. And then you had
Yes.
to learn to turn that thing around. So
Right.
I'm going to start with you, Barbara. Think about it.
Yeah.
What,
Oh, I
like,
already have it, Dr. Lori. I already have it. The biggest, the biggest mistake I made when I was trying to magnetize my audience is I started a podcast too soon without any preparation. I'm just going to throw myself out there and do a podcast. And, one, you could tell when I was doing it, I did not want to be on that podcast. It was like, why am I on here? I'm just going to do it because this is what I'm being told to do to get on it,
right.
and it just failed. People were not coming. Few people came, people left. I think I was doing it in a closet. The background it was a mess. It was a mess. And so for me, the lesson learned was like, I need to do things that I can really get into, feel excited about. This more of my personality.
Mhm.
And at that time, I was not a podcast person. I just wasn't, didn't want to
Yeah.
do it. And so it failed. And the audience could tell she don't want to be here.
Yeah. She don't want to be here.
You don't want to be on this
Somebody
podcast. Like,
told her
why
she
are we
needed
here?
to. Yes. Somebody told her
So
she needed to
I
do a
remember
podcast.
that time. I was a part of that time. So I remember, Barbara, why are you in the closet? Is that a hanger? I remember so
nightmare,
well. She
Oh,
nightmare.
was listen, but the
But
good news is she
I'm
did
ready
it
now.
though. That's she did it. She did it.
I did.
That's the
yeah.
thing, Barbara. Give yourself credit because
Yeah,
it wasn't your norm, but you did something that most people don't do is take action and try. So
exactly.
sometimes business owners got to know that, yeah, it may fail, but at least you got to try it. It
I
may
did
not be
try it.
perfect. Yeah, so you got to give yourself credit. That was a funny
Thank you,
time though. You
Shauna.
straight up was in the closet. For real. She's not lying.
Yeah, that's so funny. But you know what? I thank you for being vulnerable to say that, because I have had people tell me I need to do a podcast. They're like, "Oh, you have a great voice. Oh, you have so much content." Da 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 da. Da." I was like, "No, I'm not doing a podcast. I don't want to do a podcast, and I'm not doing one. And I will be on other people's podcasts, okay?
Exactly. I
But
love
I
that.
don't want
Love
the
that.
responsibility of doing a podcast right now at this
Exactly.
moment. And I started getting people asking me to do a podcast 5 years ago. Just like people asked me to be on TikTok. I'm like, I'm not doing TikTok. I don't like the terms and conditions on TikTok. That was when China owned it. Now
Yeah.
the US owns it. I really don't like it. So, so yeah. When someone is telling you to do something that's not authentic to your brand
Exactly.
style and not
Exactly.
authentic to your brand personality, you have to say no. Now, there's
Mhm.
some times, like Shauna said, that you have to step out of your comfort
Right.
zone and
True.
push
True.
yourself to do something that would actually be very beneficial for your company or your
Right.
brand. But then there are those times when you push yourself and it just doesn't feel right. And you're like kicking
Mm.
and screaming like a 2-year-old toddler the whole time. It's not time. It's not time for
Got
you to
it.
do that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but we're not saying don't stretch yourself. We're not saying
Yeah.
don't push yourself a little bit. But what we're saying is do something that's authentic to you.
Still authentically you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then also prepare, right? Because if you prepare for that thing, it's no closet stuff. Don't be doing no podcast in the closet like, like Mama did. So you got to
It was bad.
prepare,
It
make
was bad.
sure the setup is what it needs to be, because otherwise people
Exactly.
are going to be like, what
Why is
is
she in
that?
the
What is
closet?
she doing?
That was
You know,
funny. It was funny.
you don't
But
want
now,
people.
she has a beautiful background because of that
Oh man, I
lesson.
got the
She,
background.
yeah,
Mhm.
she changed it up, and now she has
Yeah.
her lady with the afro. I already know what her Zoom is
Oh,
going to look like whenever I talk to
exactly. It's
her.
gonna
So
be nice.
it's
And I
awesome.
realized that I'm not a podcast girl, but I'm a great webinar girl. Like my
Yeah,
webinar is killing it. So I
yeah,
can do webinars. I'm not just gonna be a podcast girl, but I
yeah,
can definitely. So I found what I can do. I'm still on camera, I'm still online, but the webinars are more of my speed versus
yeah.
a podcast every week or every day. So it's
And
no.
so, yeah, that's the advantage of trying
Yeah.
things and jumping outside the box to try things, is that you realize what you're good at and what you're not.
Yes.
And so
Mm-hmm.
podcasting is definitely a form of marketing.
Yeah,
So is giving
it is.
webinars. And so, the bottom line is what is authentic to you and your brand style,
Exactly.
and what can you get excited about, right? Because
Yeah.
Exactly.
you
Yes.
gotta bring that energy, you gotta bring the enthusiasm, because
Right.
nobody likes to buy from somebody who's boring or doesn't look like
Don't
they're
even
enjoying
exactly.
themselves, right? So,
True.
Exactly.
so
Very
yeah,
true.
yeah. So Shauna, what's up with the mistake? Tell me about it, girl.
Girl. First of all, it happened yesterday. That's number one. Okay. And
And
number
I was
two,
there for it. I was there for it.
she was sitting right across from me watching it happen. And you actually said the word. When you said it, I was like, wow, we're in alignment this today, because the word is prepare. And here's what happens, I think, for a lot of people who've been in business a long time, you know your stuff. Me and Barbara can go, you can go, Lori, any day. Somebody can say, come on stage and talk for 20 minutes. We don't even need anything to just talk about something. So what happens is you under prepare because you're overconfident about the
Hmm.
information. But it's not
Mm,
only the information that's going to get you
Yeah.
the receipts or the collaborations or the partnerships or the corporate whatevers. What's going to get that is preparation. And so what I
Exactly.
did was I brought the wrong banner. So if I prepared the night before, I would have opened the banner and made sure it wasn't one of my clients.
right.
Okay. They were like, Shauna is definitely not a white male realtor. That's
Right.
for sure. Okay. I looked at that banner. I started opening it. I was like, oh my God. Okay. Check. Wrong. Answer number one. Number
Right.
two, I should have asked the event organizer what was the flow of the event, because she didn't tell me, there was no information. But I'm not going to leave that on her. I should have asked, was
Right.
this an opportunity to just speak and bring information, or opportunity to pitch? Because there are different ways when you're invited to speak on what that looks like. They allow you to pitch, or maybe they don't. And I'm very respectful of that. So that's what I came in thinking. But everybody pitched except for me, because in my mind, I wasn't there to pitch. I was there to give to the night. And I wasn't prepared. I should have
Mm,
asked. Number three, I should have had a flyer or something that people could have taken home. Because, by the way, everybody, the 4x6 little cards, they're coming back as a marketing trend. So if you thought that cards, you thought everything was digital, keep thinking. You're going to start seeing more and more paper, the bigger flyers, all those things are going to start coming back. I think it has something to do with AI and people wanting to touch and feel real people. You're going to start seeing more of the actual tangible items. So
mhm.
what I'm going to do today, ladies, Dr. Lori and Barbara Jones Brown, I'm going straight to I'm doing something on tomorrow. I got a table set up. You better believe I'm over preparing. I got two banners. I'm I'm opening them tonight. I'm looking at them.
Right.
Okay, that's it. Secondly, I got two flyers, my branding brochure, and then I have a free cohort. I
Right.
need new students, business people for the cohort. I am not playing anymore, because when I got off stage, people who care about me, one of my clients, and Barbara, I walked off stage and sat down. They were like, "Where was your pitch?" I was like, "I don't know."
Exactly. I was like, where's your pitch? Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was that because I wasn't prepared. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, if you're who you are, you still will attract, right? I still had three people afterwards reach out, but that could have been six, seven, or eight
So exactly.
opportunities if I had my information. My banner let them know I can do these other things, because brand strategist is like ethereal. What does that
Yeah.
really mean? So I
Yeah.
had logos on websites, and I've gotten business from that banner so many times. So that's the mistake that I made. I know better. I just got to do better.
That's
Right.
right.
Yeah. So like Dr. Maya Angelou said, when you know better, you do better.
You do
And
better. Yeah.
sometimes we already know better, but we don't do better because we get lazy. And like you said, we get overconfident, like, oh, I
Yeah.
don't have to prepare for this. I know this. And so that's the mix up in our minds, right? We think that,
Mhm.
oh,
Yep.
I'm good. I don't need to, but you do every time. You need to look over your
Mhm.
Every time.
Every
you
time.
need to
Every
look over
time.
your offer. You need to look over what you're going to say. You need to practice your pitch. And I've been in business for 17 years, but I've got 30 years in corporate America. So I have this thing about, oh, I know it. I know any topic in my expertise like the back of my hand. I don't need to study. I don't need to Google. Ask me what you want to ask me, and I can come up with the answer. But that doesn't mean that I don't study. That doesn't mean that I don't learn about new things. It doesn't mean that I don't keep up with trends. And like you say about the 4x6 marketing cards, to me, they never left. I still have mine. I update them every year or two. And that's because I want somebody to always have, I don't care what they do with it, because it's my marketing budget. You know, I hope they keep it. I hope they, refer to it. But even if they don't, at least they have it. And guess what? It's going to work for the right people. The right people who are interested in you, they want something. And I also have a wristband where people can just connect with me on social media, and they can just put their phone up to my wristband and they can connect with me that way. And so the bottom line is, you want to always be prepared with something, and also, name tags. Like, people have custom name tags, and they're noticeable when you go to an event and someone has a customized name tag. It's impressive because not everybody spends the money to do that, and it don't even cost that much. So you always want to have something to leave behind, and whether it's a business card or a 4x6 promo card or whatever the case may be, you want to always be prepared and have something to leave behind when you meet people who are interested in connecting with you further. Well, listen, ladies, this has been amazing. I want you both to talk about your topic, and why they should come see you at the Trailblazer Business Summit. So once again, our lovely audience, my name is Dr. Lori A. Mans. I am hosting the Trailblazer Business Summit on Saturday, April the 25th from 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. right here in Atlanta, Georgia. The Courtyard by Marriott is the location, and all you have to do is go to qualitymediaconsultants.com on the events page to get your tickets. And a special offer for you if you use the promo code networking 2026. You will get 10% off of the registration. That promo code again is networking 2026, because that's how we are doing this broadcast. Even I network with these ladies, and that's how I met them. And I am so super ecstatic to have them in my family at this point, because we are growing from one another just by this broadcast. We are learning from one another. And I meant to say growing together and learning from one another. And so I want you guys to share your topic, just the title of your topic that you're going to be talking about at the Trailblazer Business Summit, and why folks need to come listen to you. Because just look, tell them. Because the bottom line is, I feel like anytime I speak, people need to come hear me speak. Why? Because I'm going to drop some wisdom nuggets on you that you probably didn't know. And if you did know it, I'm going to remind you of why it's important, and encourage, and inspire, and empower you, and uplift you. And you're going to leave better than when you came. And so for me, I want you guys to share what your topic is. And then why should people come listen to you speak?
All right.
My topic is about systems. I'm going to be talking about systems to use to automate and get your business growing. And so what we talked about one today, which is email marketing. But there are several other systems within the email that need to be working on the back end. And sometimes we forget, or we don't realize, we overthink it, or we're not sure which ones are the most important. But there are just some key systems everybody should have at this point in the game, including with social media. If you're not going to do AI, there's some other systems that most successful people use to grow their social media. And if you're still doing it hand by hand for each platform, I'm going to share a system to help cut off that and allow you to go to several platforms at the same time, and why that's important, and a couple other surprises on things that can actually get you receipts and also get you omnipresent. This is the word. We want to be everywhere all the time, because people forget you in 2 minutes. So it's just where we are right now, and I want to share how to automate it and make it as simple as possible.
Right. I love it. Thank you. So the reason you should come here, Shauna, speak, is she's trying to make you go from invisible to iconic.
Iconic.
And she wants you to be omnipresent. I tell my clients like that all the time because hey, that's what Jesus is. I'm a God girl. But God is everywhere, right? And so you want people to feel the same way about you. You want them to be like, oh dang, I just saw her over here, or I just saw her over there. You want them to see you everywhere because that means that they are um, constantly seeing you and you're top of mind. And when they think of someone who does what you do, right? When they
That's
try to
right.
think, who do I know that does blank? They're going to think of you first. And so you always want to be in that top one, two, or three people that come to mind for folks when they think of someone in your industry. So I
That's
love it. Thank you, Shauna. Barbara, you're up. What's up?
Yes, yes. So as you already know, ladies, or everyone coming, it's going to be AI, but I'm going to teach you how to have your dream AI board of directors, think tank, or advisory board. Imagine being able to have anyone, any celebrity, any person in history. I have people like Robert Smith, Oprah Winfrey on my board of directors, but it's my digital board of directors. So I'm going to show you how to use AI to create your digital board of directors, your digital think tank, or your digital board of advisors. So you can get advice from the top minds in the world at your fingertips and in seconds. So come and learn about AI and how you can create that special board and that special think tank.
Well, that's so powerful because many of us would love to be able to meet a influencer, a
Yeah,
celebrity, or someone we admire in business, but we may not be able to
exactly.
actually meet them, but we can with AI. And so that's one of the things that that will blow people's minds. Like,
They're
okay,
gonna
you
blow
can
your
actually
mind.
have access to them via this strategy that Barbara is going to teach us. So
That's
once
right.
again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Dr. Lori A. Mans. We want to invite you to attend the Trailblazer Business Summit on April the 25th, right here in Atlanta or virtually on your digital screen. And all you have to do is go to www.qualitymediaconsultants.com. On the events page, check it out and use promo code networking 2026 to join us. Thank you guys for being here. Much love to you, Barbara and Shauna. Have a blessed day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.